Hi everyone, Emma here. I want to show you, I'm going to make a bracelet using these beautiful pink potato pearls and these lovely fold over clasps. So let's just get a bit closer here so you can see. So I got these from Beebeecraft and they came in a set of 2 silver and 3 gold color, and they are incredible. These, let me focus in here. So you see this, see how easy that is to flip up? There's a magnet there, or I guess the magnet's on this side. You can kind of see how it pops back in. Pretty awesome. So this is the other part to it, really nice, with a nice big hole. I think these are 31 millimeters in length, and let me show you what that looks like on the ruler. So put those there. So they're probably going from this piece here. So they're, yeah, 31 to that area. So I'm trying to give you an idea of what that looks like. So here's my tools. You can see. So it's quite a bit for a clasp, which is fine. It's pretty gorgeous, so you definitely want to see this area. So I've been trying to figure out designs to do where this will be the hero of the design. But the other thing too is I've been looking for some clasps that I can open easily with my hands, but that are also pretty substantial. And these loops are pretty big, so you know, they're easy to maneuver. So let's take a look at what we have. So we are going to use some 7-strand wire, and I bought this large roll, so I don't worry that much about how much I cut off. So I just usually do about 12 to 15 centimeter or inches, and now I'm working off of my wrist size. So these pearls, each, we're going to do 2 strands. Each of these pearls, let me move my light here. Each of these pearls strands will fit my wrist, which is a 5 3/4 wrist, with this clasp. So if you have a bigger wrist, you're probably going to need 2 sets of these. And these were from Michael's, and they come with 2 strands this length. So I went ahead and did one up, but we'll string this one and then we'll attach it. So I'm just going to put these guys aside for another project, and we'll put that one aside. So I have some jump rings, different sizes, and the reason being I'm putting 2 strands, so I want to attach the big jump ring, which is 7 millimeters, to this one, because there's only enough space for one jump ring. And then I took the smaller ones. Let me see, what are these? These are 5 millimeter. These are 18 gauge, so they're kind of thick, which is lovely. It gives it a more substantial look. So this is going to go on here, and then we're going to put the 2 strands on the bigger jump ring. So that's why we have those there. And then some, these are Starlight Crimp Covers. They're so neat. And those are actually pink. I don't know if it shows up on the camera. When they're all together, you can see that they're pink compared to the silver ones. But when I have them separate, they look silver. And then I'm going to add a I'm not going to add this. I'm so excited I just got these. These are silver plated, and yeah, it's not going to work on this type of clasp, so we'll just put that aside. And we have some crimp tubes, and I have some French wire, and I already cut 2 pieces because I did the other one, and you can see there's the French. Let me enlarge this a bit so you can see there. So you can see the French wire. It really gives it a polished look. So yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to do, because these are so gorgeous that I want to kind of stick with it kind of chunky feel that they have. So let's go ahead. So like I said, I already cut some pieces. I measured it out. And I just kind of eyeballed it and then realized it was too small. I think I did one over here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Anyway, so I cut one a little longer, and then I just use that as my template and cut the next one. And I just use my scissors. I have used my clippers, but actually I find the clippers mangles the end a bit. The scissors do a nicer cut, but you know what? You'll ruin your scissors. So you have to keep a set of scissors just for that if you're going to do it a lot. So let's go ahead. We're going to start by, I like to start by doing one end and then adding the beads, but really what you should be using is one of these. And then, because I've done it in the past where I've done the end on this side, and then when I went to do the beads, I realized I needed to change the wire for whatever reason. So yeah, but I'm gonna be bad. So we got our crimp tube on there, and let's move these guys out of the way so you can see. We are gonna take our French wire, and we are gonna put, so you can kind of see there's a little part sticking out, but that'll get pushed in when we crimp it. Just get that in there like that. Put that on, and I'm going to add my jump ring. Again, you could add your jump ring after if you want, because of course it's an open jump ring, so you can. So we're just going to take this and fold it over and put it through the crimp tube. Like that. And I'm going to pull that piece down, and you get it right to the edge there like that. I am going to tilt my camera. It's a little away from me. There we go. So now I'm just gonna switch hands here, because I'm going to use my right hand for my crimping tool. I'm going to hang on to those like that. And then you have your crimping tool, and we're going to put it in the one closest to the handle. Okay. Like that. And squeeze. Just make sure it's all okay. There's a little bit at the top that could use a bit of a squeeze. So let me flip it back. And all I'm going to do is just move my position a little back, and it will get that in there, just like that. And now we're going to use the end one, which is just the little circle. And that's going to fold over those two pieces. So they smush together, the technical term. Just like that. Now we're going to clip that short piece off. There. There's a bit of a sharp piece. Normally I would go back in and cut it, but we're going to cover that with a crimp cover, so I'm not too worried. Actually, I might put that on now, because Your crimp covers are sometimes a little bigger than your crimp tube. And if you go and add your beads and then you go to add your crimp cover, sometimes it's not, you know what, that little spot is actually sticking out. So we will go back in there and snip that. So if you put your crimp cover on after you've strung your beads, sometimes it's there's not enough space. So okay, let's get that on there. That. And you know what? I have this tool to close this, but I find it's hard to maneuver, so I'm just going to use my needle nose pliers. Let's get that back on there. This is sometimes a little, I find these little pieces a little messy. Trying to maneuver here. Trying to get this. Oh, looks like I damaged the French wire a bit. Let me see if I can squish that back in. Okay. Wow. This is... I see what's happening is the French wire is hooking on the bead cap. So try and... I'm sure you won't have as much problem as I'm having. There. There. Wow, that really messed up. And this is what I was saying about the length. Because now I think we should cut this and start all over. So let me make sure we have enough. Yeah, we have enough. So let's clip this. Okay, we'll put that aside. So try that again. Wow, that crimp tube's a bit messy. And we should cut another piece of French wire, since I have the measurement right there. And grab my scissors. Like that. Okay. I think what I might do is put that crimp tube on after, or the crimp cover. Let's get this guy. Put your jump ring on. Went flying off. There we go. So we have our crimp tube, our French wire, and our jump ring. So I'm going to take and move this through here to go through the crimp tube. And I'm going to slide it this way. All the way. There, like that. Get my crimp tool. Let's try this again. So we'll go into the one at the back, like that. And then go to the front, turn it 90 degrees, and then go to the front and squeeze. That's a little better than the first try. Okay, so let's clip this. Sometimes this is hard to clip because it has a plastic coating on it, and the clippers don't go through that. There we go. Okay, so we'll put the crimp cover on after. So let's get these guys on. These are really pretty. I've had these for a while, waiting to for the nice clasp that will show them off. And I don't put any spacers in between. Now that's another way that you can make this a little longer for you, is to add, you can add like silver seed beads, 8 O's or 11 O's, depending on, you know, what you like. Let's move this out of the way here. So I have been working on the purse form that I got from Beebeecraft as well, and oh my gosh, it's really coming out amazing. So when I have that ready to show you, you'll see probably next week, you'll see how to attach, and I'm making a glasses case. I usually just leave my glasses on the bedside table, and when I get up in the morning, they're just coated in dust. I don't know how there's that much dust in this house, but so it'll be lovely to have a case. And this is the last one. Okay, so now we're going to put our crimp tube on, and we're going to need a, we'll put the French wire on. That, and let it fall down to the bottom. And let's get another 5mm jump ring. Put that on there. And then we're going to come back around and go through the crimp tube. And I'm going to move it down close to the bead. I do leave a bit of space because, again, like I said, the crimp cover needs some room. Okay, let me just get my finger on there and pull this down. Let me get this here, and maybe that'll help. So I'm just pulling on this one here. That piece of wire seemed shorter. Okay, so let's see if I can pull this down a bit. A little too much space there. There we go. And there. Okay, then get your crimping tool. In there, that. And then turn it 90 degrees. The jump ring, I think, is sticking because of the magnetic properties of the tool. And then fold it over. There. And flip this. So there we have our second one. Okay, now we can put our crimp covers on. Like that. There. We'll put the other side on. So we need another crimp cover. So there's, you can kind of see they're pink, but when you pull them out, they don't look that pink. Let's see if I can get this off. There we go. And one of the easy ways to get your crimp cover on is to actually lay your work on top of it like that. And there you go. It's on. Just gonna push that in there. And see if I can get this turned a bit so that it doesn't damage the French wire. There. Perfect. So look at these. Oh. So let's get these guys open a bit. We'll start with the clasp part of it. And then we'll put the two strands on by the jump rings. That. And close it up. Oh wow. That looks really amazing. Awesome. So let's go to the other side. This guy open. You know what? I'm going to flip it here. Okay, put the. So these clasps, just to point out, they're two-sided. So there's a design on this side and none on the other side. So you do have to put them on because this part here has, let's take a look. This one has a design side and just a plain side. So you have to remember how you want to put these on. So if you're holding it this way, like that, and I've got this folded over here, so then you're going to have to add that on that way. Because if this is, it's kind of backwards, really all you have to do is set your clasp down and attach it the correct. Let me show you. Okay, so lay that flat. So this has the design side up, the design side up. So then you'll always be correct. And because you have, I'm amazed. Look at the difference. Did I miss a bead here? One of these is longer. Hopefully, you know what, I may add another jump ring there just to even it out. Yeah, I think I need to add another 5mm jump ring to this short one. Let's look at the difference. It won't make a difference like when you look at it, but if you left it, you would always have one that's tighter than the other. Open this. Let's bring this in a bit. If you wanted to kind of distract from the fact that you have two of these jump rings on this side, you could put a little dangle on this side too, on this piece. So that would be the sneaky way. Okay, so let's put, I'll put the clasp on last. I don't want to. So let's put the clasp like that. And that should sit in the correct orientation. There we have it. Oh, that's lovely. That's nice. Yeah, so I would put like a little dangle here if you want to, but this is what we have. Oh, this is lovely. This turned out really nice. Wow. That's perfect. Look, you can see they're sitting together, the pearls. So adding I should have measured my pearls. When I had them on the strand from Michael's, they actually were even. So clearly they had put a longer piece on one. There we go. So that is, let's try it on. I wonder if I put it on this side. Let me move my tools here. There we go. That backwards. There. So that actually is big for me. So I might go in and shorten that a bit. But let me measure it on the mandrel. You have an idea of the length. I suspect this is probably a 7-inch. So let's close this and we'll slide it over the mandrel. Yeah. So that's actually 7.5. So that's, somebody's gonna get a nice gift if I don't adjust it. I actually have another set of these pearls, so I might make another and shorten it for myself. So there you go. These beautiful clasps. Thanks for watching, and I will post the links in the description for Beebeecraft and for these lovely clasps. Take care, everybody. Bye.